Welcome back to the Realistic RTG here on FC26. We find ourselves third in the League 2 table at this particular moment in time, albeit the past couple of results actually haven't really gone our way. We find ourselves picking up a draw and a defeat in our most recent league games with 4 straight League 2 games on the horizon today. We hope to get ourselves back to strong form to at least maintain that top 3 automatic promotion spot. Do please continue to drop the video a like, or videos a like, if you're enjoying this Realistic RTG. I'd very much appreciate it. It's obviously my favourite save to make, and I'd love it if it was your favourite save to watch as well. Do make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any further content, of course. Journeyman will be coming to you later today, and you can come and join me on stream as well, either here on YouTube or over on Twitch and Kick, and join in the moment. Right now, though, we have ourselves a game against Oldham Athletic to play, but we do have a press conference question or two to get to at the beginning of the episode. Do keep these coming in the comments section, by the way. I very much appreciate it. Taking them from Twitch chat and from comment sections at the minute. And Reese here asks, after 6 games of your managerial career, how do you assess your start? And quite frankly, I think we've done better than we anticipated we might do. 4 wins in our opening 6 games is better than Cambridge got in real life, and we've been scoring goals well. We haven't necessarily been keeping the ball out the back of the net, but we're also not conceding multiple goals every week. So overall, automatic promotion spot, got to be happy with that start. Secondary question comes from James Johnston, who says, with this new job, do you have any, what potential targets do you have for the future, and what are your goals for this first season? Is it just squad growth, or is it to win at least a trophy? It mentions about our owners being German, but Cambridge United's owners are American, so slightly misinformed there, James. But with regards to the earlier part of the question, this first season is hoping for promotion without expecting promotion. An automatic spot would be fantastic. A playoff spot is likely, and obviously promotion to go along with that would be great for the series and for me as a manager. So we will aim for promotion in this first season, and we certainly won't be expecting back-to-backs, that's for sure. And with regards to any other goals or to win a trophy, obviously the Carabao Cup's out of the question. Any major trophy is out of the question, but the Virtu Trophy could be a possibility. We did win that at Bradford in last year's RTG. So potentially the Virtu Trophy is something we might keep an eye on, although we probably stand a better chance of winning that once we're in League 1 and have a slightly better squad. So I think the main aim has to be promotion first, everything else comes secondary. And then the third question comes from Kai, who says, are there any milestones or goals that we'd want to establish that aren't necessarily the kind of run-of-the-mill obvious ones, like get promotion, win a trophy, etc., or any club objectives that we'd like to ensure that we, or maybe club ethoses that we'd like to ensure that we stick to throughout the course of our tenure at the club? We've mentioned before that we'd like to lean heavily on the youth academy, as well as those real-life players, those already established first-team players that we could potentially bring in from elsewhere. Cambridge do have a history of bleeding youth players through, and those players either moving on or becoming part of the first-team squad moving forward. We've got a couple of players like that at the minute with Glenn McConnell and George Hoddle in this particular save. Obviously, Liam Bennett at right-back is a youth player that came through at Cambridge and has obviously flourished thus far and is currently our joint top-rated player. So hopefully those players in particular can do a very good job here and help us take on a tough challenge of Oldham, who've come up from the league below, but are certainly capable of causing us some issues. Elias is retiring at the end of the season, unfortunately. At 33, that's very early, but it is what it is. And I'd be tempted to throw Ben Knight in instead of him on the bench. Ben Knight scored a 97th minute penalty for Cambridge to win against Crewe at the weekend just gone, so very pleased with him right now, but not pleased enough to throw him into the starting lineup ahead of Soleil or Broves. The Oldham Athletic side that comes up against this today. Mike Fondop is one of the league's top goal scorers so far, with 4 goals in the 6 games played to this point. They're playing a good old-fashioned 4-4-2, so we'll try and send them back north with nothing if we can. Turn from Mellon's good, and the run from Morris is better. And he's just gotten to the loose ball ahead of the defender. Mamadou Job can't get there, and in first half stoppage time, Oldham take the lead against the run of play. A lot of their offensive action has come down the left-hand side through Hawks. This time it's through the centre. And on the right-hand side, And it works well for them. First effort, really unlucky not to have gone in at the first attempt. And then, unfortunately, Mamadou Diop just can't quite get there quickly enough before Morris slides in to give Oldham the 1-0 lead. It will literally be the last kick of the half. And we've got one more half to try and turn that back round. We have come from behind to get points previously, though. Well worked. Is the goal scorer Morris, and he could be in again. They've gone for a shot from range instead. All right. Oldham have come out firing in the second half. Please don't. They were mid-table at best. 15th, I think it said, when we were on our way into this one. So rather evidently, based on based on the football so far this season, we fancy ourselves to get a victory here. And learning from my mistakes earlier in the season, squaring that one, Glenn McConnell makes it 1-1, and the young man is on the score sheet again. Kelly Ruddock and Panzu. And Brophy looking to spin in behind, which he's done really well. Can he dig the cross out? Well, yeah, but only for a corner. Saleh Kaikai's set pieces have been a good source of Cambridge United goals in real life this season, and Kel Watt's got to that. I think we might be about to get a penalty. We are. I saw the advantage there for a moment. I think it might be for a handball. We shall have a look in a minute. Charles is going to go up and the ball won't be in frame. We'll have a quick closer look at it. Like we said, we're going to be not utilising VAR until we're in a league or competition that has VAR. So any calls that get given are going to stand at this particular moment in time. And well, it looks like Kel's had the header and he's headed it onto the hand. So to be fair, that's a very legitimate penalty, quite frankly, and we will absolutely take it. We've been in a similar position earlier this season already where we've been drawing 1-1, grabbed a penalty to go 2-1 up, and that's ultimately been the winner. It's the second half turnaround here for Cambridge United. Here at the Abbey Stadium, we lead again. Louis Apparet with a goal and assist. Less than 20 minutes to go, should I say. Changes waiting to be made. Looking for Saleh through the gap. Brilliant ball, and Kaikai. Narrow angle. Support arriving. Oh, Louis Apparet should have done better with the first. The second, I think, lost his balance as he was striking the ball under pressure from the defender. 3-1 would have sealed it. Unfortunately, we haven't yet. Maybe we should have gone into game management mode there. Never mind, now is the time for game management mode. Oldham give the ball away. Not long left in the game whatsoever. Trust Ben Knight's dribbling. 3 minutes added on, though, is a lot. We'll go for the corner. Let's hold on to it. Let's get the victory. Points are more important than goal difference at this stage. We're in third, and we will be staying third, I believe. Go on, George. Why not? George Hoddle. Wide. And game. Here at Blundell Park, it's Christy Pym in goal for Grimsby, as you might well have expected. George McEachran in the midfield for them. We know that they are half decent because, well, you'll remember that Manchester United game in the Cup, won't you? So we can't take anything for granted against Grimsby, but they were 10th in the table. Our last victory has put us to the top of the table, albeit joint top of the table, with Bristol Rovers, a side who have beaten us already this season. A couple of changes in the lineup to try and keep things fresh. Try and keep opposition managers guessing and obviously ensure that everybody gets a fair crack of the whip at some first team football and the opportunity to grow. So Zeno is in defence. Adam Mayer is out on the left-hand side for me here. Got George Hoddle in the middle too, but rather obviously Louis Apparet and Glenn McConnell still the two through the middle centrally, as opposed to through the middle out wide. Cheers. Kelly Ruddock and Panzu. Oh, it's a great ball, and he's in, and he scored. It's a dream start away from home. Kelly Ruddock slams it home after 9 minutes, and we take the lead. As we mentioned earlier in the save, I do anticipate this first year in League 2 being more straightforward just because of the nature of the game, the video game, and the boosts you get from sharpness and morale, etc. So I would anticipate promotion in this first season, and maybe promotion that looks perhaps slightly more straightforward than you might imagine it would do. But latter seasons are going to be much more difficult. Saleh. Oh, Apparet could be away here. No, McJanet's done well. Good recovery from him, but we've won it back again. Louis with options. Soleil is always one of them. Into the middle. Oh, that's not great. Mayer's there, though. Here's McConnell. Lay that in front of Hoddle. He's had one goal already today. He's having another now, but that one's much more straightforward for the man between the sticks. It's a nice ball by Rose. Slightly under hit, but Burns has dealt with it well. And he's a quick boy too, and he's away down this right-hand side. I thought there was going to be some sort of cutback. It's lovely skill. Delivered into the middle. Hoddle gets to it. And Mayer and Pelly-Ruddock can get rid of it. No. I fancy Pelly-Ruddock in a physical encounter there, and he didn't show enough strength, but we have been able to get rid of it. Glenn McConnell trying to beat his man with a bit of trickery. Didn't quite go how I envisaged it would do. I tried a Berber spin, but obviously he's not got, or apparently he's not got the 4-star skills required to do that. And obviously with skill moves and weak foot not being able to be trained as part of one of the mods that we've got downloaded, he will not be learning the Berber spin at any point, but that's good. One of the main frustrations about the whole training thing. Oh, it's a lovely ball around the corner. Oh, it's not a great finish though. One of the most frustrating things about the training regimes is that you always end up with 5-star players, and we kept in previous RTGs having to reset everybody's weak foot and star ratings. No need to worry about that with the mod. It does it for me and makes sure that everyone stays where they are, so that if someone has a 4-star or 5-star weak foot, it is genuinely to their benefit and appeal as a player to be signed, as opposed to thinking, it doesn't matter because I could just train it anyway. Grimsby having a little bit of a flurry of chances here. Need to stay alert. Brilliant, Pelly. And Mayer looking to get away. I don't know how fast Eccleston is. Nice little idea, though, to play that round the corner. And we'll look for Louis Appelray in the middle. He's met that with his head. He's met it almost too well. My God, I can't believe it. Flying past the post, unfortunately. I mean, he's left me for dead there, Vernon. He's green now. Looking to do the same. Ian Bennett might be good defensively, but certainly his lack of stature doesn't benefit his overall play at times, and certainly looked a little bit weak there as well. That was George Hoddle, actually. Certainly Benno looks a little bit weak there on the right hand side. It's one of the flaws to his game in real life too, but he is remarkably dogged for a smaller man. So he does hold his own most of the time in real life, but obviously in FC, it's more stat based. So I would anticipate that Benno is outmuscled quite a bit in this save. But obviously we are aiming to grow him so that it's not an issue for him as regularly as it maybe has been in the opening parts of this season. As much of a worry as it has been, it's not cost us anything as of yet, has it? We're leading here away from home. The home fans, rather evidently, are audibly urging their side forward. And maybe from one of these balls into the middle, they'll find an equalising goal, but not yet. Obviously, 2 would kill it. A lot of the wins we've had this season have come by a single goal, be that 1-0 or 2-1. And in fact, to be fair, I think multiple single goal victories have come thanks to a rather fortuitous, and although legitimate, I think, handball penalties. We haven't given any away yet, but there will come a time when one comes to bite us. 5 to go. Still everything to play for here for both teams. Is Curry now coming forward for Grimsby, and there's plenty of space for Danny Rose, but he can't find the finish. Crocombe in the way. And guess what? Game management time. Well, I made my changes with significantly longer left to play than a few seconds. But they are now on the pitch, my substitutes. And we might actually still get a second goal. Kouassi could have attacked that a bit better. We might well have done. There's still potentially the opportunity from the set piece. Zeno that was there waiting. Well, a dub's a dub. Only the 1 goal needed this time. Grimsby unable to score. We take all 3 points again. I bet your Bristol Rovers are going to be keeping tabs with us. We were only, after that last game, or after the first game against Oldham, we were only 2 points off 6th. It's always very, very tight at the top end of the table here in League 2, and still only level on points for Bristol Rovers and only 2 points above MK Dons and only 3 points above Bromley. The playoffs are very much right behind us, aren't they? So we cannot let off, but 6 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat so far is certainly a dreamy way to start League 2. Tactical breach. Your team's tactics have been leaked online, meaning your opponents might adapt their tactics to counter yours. Decide if you want to do some last-minute tactical changes before the upcoming match. Well, with Fleetwood being as poor as they have been, I'm not sure I'm going to go to the effort. Seawood, left frustrated by recent tactics leak. Wood says it's so annoying to have, or so annoying for this to have happened to us. I wonder if anyone was peeking over any fences, Bielsa style. Now, I think we should be okay against Fleetwood regardless. We were going to sim this game anyway, with Fleetwood being one of the lesser sides in the division, or at least more underperforming sides in the division. We'll just go for a higher rated team here. Benno has grown to 67 now, which is great news. Still no growth from Mamadou Job. He's our highest potential player, and he's the one that's not growing yet, which is a little bit frustrating, really. I'm going to put Lavery out wide on the left-hand side as well, although actually he gets a bit of a decline there, which is annoying. So maybe we don't. We should be able to get 3 points here, though, at home against Fleetwood, surely, at the Cladara Abbey Stadium. No, that tactics breach has not worked. I don't know whether that has played a factor in the defeat there and Fleetwood getting the victory. I don't think, really, the game is going to be that detailed, to be honest. I think it's probably just a pop-up and nothing more, but perhaps for the storyline, it was something that we should have looked into. I made a tactical change in terms of the personnel. Maybe we should have made a tactical change in terms of how we set up. Regardless, I've got some financial spreadsheeting to do, and then we can move on to the final game of the episode. To give you a quick update, we are in profit for the season by just under £1.5 million, but that's only because of our season ticket sales of £1.8 million. So we are losing money each week at the moment with, overall, we're averaging a loss per month based on player wages and staff wages going out and the match tickets and the shirt sales coming in. So certainly some ground expansion is going to be at the forefront of our minds probably within the first 5 seasons of this save, if not earlier, but obviously we're going to have to raise some funds to be able to do that, and I think the only way to do that is probably by selling players. So it's going to be an intriguing one to try and figure out how we manage these finances to ensure that we're as competitive as we want to be on the pitch, whilst not sacrificing our financial stability. Tranmere with Luke McGee in goal. Connor Jennings is one of their better players up top. Amari Patrick will have some pace out wide. It's a 5-back for them. Richie Smallwood in the middle. It's a player that we were familiar with from our time at both Bradford and Hull over the years. So we'll be very understanding of his defensive capabilities and leadership capabilities in that central role. Playing in the gorgeous third kit again as we try and keep the run of form going, or at least return us back to the run of winning form in played games, because we just lost to bloody Fleetwood. We've dropped off top of the table as a result. So let's get back to where we were, shall we, if we can. This is an unbelievable move so far. And Pelly Roddick will look for the run of Louis Apperet, who has gotten away from the man, but hasn't scored the goal. Goalkeepers, even in League 2, are very good this year. Pelly Roddick, Glenn McConnell from range. Nope. And Panzu. And McConnell. Ben Knight's available out wide. He's not got a massive amount of pace, Ben Knight, but his agility and ability to find a little bit of space is very good. Just like that! Cambridge 1, Tranmere 0. Ben Knight has come to me, actually, and asked for a new deal. He only signed a 1-year deal in real life. He's come to me already in this save and said, look, I'd like another one. I was just seeing how good he is before I made a decision. Has he earned himself a new contract? Maybe he needs to put in more than just 1 or 2 good performances, but he's certainly not doing his case any harm, is he? Well, on both fronts, I think. Ben Knight in behind. Abre's in the middle. First time effort. Oh, the keeper's done just enough. What reactions to get up to that. Superb. Annoying, but still brilliant from Luke McGee. Worth his weight in gold for Tranmere at the minute. They could be dead and buried without him. So he needs to figure out what he wants to do with it first. Jennings. That's not a bad ball. And they've got men over here. Murray Patrick. I think it was going wide anyway, but Crocombe not taking any risks. Chances have been far and few between for Tranmere Rovers today, unfortunately for them. And if it weren't for their goalkeeper, as we said earlier, if it weren't for Luke McGee, they really would be dead and buried in this game. They've not been good enough. Lavs is coming off the bench here and could help maybe create a second to finish Tranmere off. But at the minute, I don't feel at threat of losing my clean sheet on this particular occasion. There have been sides this season that have caused us problems, but we've still been able to see through a clean sheet. This clean sheet, I think, is the most straightforward one we've faced so far, but Tranmere are one of the weaker sides we've faced so far. And now Watson score a goal. Nope. Max Crocombe with brilliant footwork to ensure that they don't. 12 to go, and there was an offside in there anyway. No corner even. He's Smallwood now. And no corner. Ram's got a toe to it. Murray Patrick. Adam Mayer used the hand, and this is goal scoring range. Don't like. Is Patrick going for goal? No, I think he's going to play that short. He has done, and it's poor from Richie Smallwood in the end. I don't mind the idea, but certainly the execution could have, should have been better for Tranmere there. Maybe from open play, Murray Patrick and Richie Smallwood can do something a bit better. So Connor that's got the ball now, out wide, 2 minutes added on. And he's burst past one man. He's going to find Finley on the edge of the box, and I tell you what, if that flies into the back of the net, they are welcome to have their point. But it doesn't even go remotely close to the goal. So they don't get their point. That will be 3 for the U's again, away from home. We're playing very, very well right now. Bouncing back from the defeat to Fleetwood with another clean sheet. And an important 3 points as well. Cambridge don't concede many goals in real life, it has to be said. So I'm pleased that we're replicating the solid defensive unit that Cambridge have IRL in this save. I'm really apprehensive about League One, basically. But we're second in the minute, 2 MK Dons. Bristol Rovers still very much with us. And there's a point between the top 4. Walsall right up there, as you would imagine they would be at this stage of the season. I think it's probably a bit... It's definitely too early to say. Not even a quarter of the way through the season yet. But I'd say I would go out on a limb and say we finish in at least a playoff position this season. But anything more than a playoff position, I'm not sure. Gibbo, I'll be honest, I haven't used you yet, mate. So I don't know how much of an opportunity you're going to have to play some further football down the line. He's 27, and he is a good utilitarian player, but minimal game time so far. And with McLaughlin at the club, who's only a year older, who can be utilised in more positions, I think of the two, I keep McLaughlin. And Gibbons, we let leave. We'll wait and see what happens as the season progresses. But at the minute, it's becoming obvious who our starting players are and who the squad players are. I would like some more growth, though, from some others. I'm really bemused as to why Mamadou Job isn't growing. Because I can show you here. If I go teams and then show you Cambridge United, you can obviously see their potential. If I sort by potential, Mamadou Job, 74 potential. But he's not budged yet. Liam Bennett's grown by 2 already. Kell's grown by 1. But nothing from Mamadou Job. But we know he can. So we'll keep holding on to that for the time being. And for that time being, we are also holding on to that automatic promotion spot. So players asking for new contracts. Some of them potentially earning them with Ben Knight. Some of them maybe not yet. We'll wait and see how things pan out. Busy month next time around with some cup football in there as well. But for now, that's all for this one. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the save. I'd very much appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more. And I'll see you in the next one tomorrow. Don't forget Journeyman tonight.